In the Gospel, Mark 9, verses 30 to 37, it tells the parable of Jesus and his disciples traveling through Galilee. While they're walking, Jesus tells them of his forthcoming sufferings, death, and resurrection. At this point, they cannot fully comprehend or understand what he is explaining to them. When Stacy and I sat down and discussed this part of the parable, it resonated with us as we felt that Jesus welcomes everyone, even when they don't fully understand the actions of others. Like the disciples didn't understand what was forthcoming. They didn't realize the magnitude of it. In schools, we as teachers are called to act in the likeness of Jesus. We welcome children with open arms and teach them new ideas that they don't fully understand. We teach them to accept others for their uniqueness and to help build relationships with one another. Children are encouraged to have a voice and to share their point of view. They need to be heard. We welcome their awe and wonder and encourage their curiosity in the world around them. We teach children to ask questions about everything. We want our children to grow in the likeness of Jesus.
When they arrive in Capernaum, Jesus asked the disciples what they were arguing about along the way, and the disciples were very silent and they weren't sure what to say. They were embarrassed about their argument because they were arguing about who was the greatest of them. They did not have the courage to explain this to Jesus. So Jesus said to his disciples, whoever wants to be first must be last of all and servant of all. So then Jesus picked up a small child and placed it among them, and he said to them, whomever welcomes one such child welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes not me but the one who sent me. So when we were discussing what this parable meant to us, we decided that it shows humility. As adults, we can connect with the disciples' lack of courage to explain their argument to Jesus because they were uncomfortable with the actions once they were questioned about it. As we grow older, we lose the innocence that we once had as a child, and we sometimes become insecure in our thoughts, whereas children just speak openly about things. The disciples' idea of greatness to us is very different than Jesus's idea of greatness, as Jesus, in his terms, being humble and being lowly and being vulnerable, just like a child, is what greatness means to Jesus, and that wasn't what it was to the disciples. He uses the example of the child to show his disciples that he loves and respects everyone he comes across. He shows passion and creativity when he's doing his teachings with people. He tries to make sure that he's connecting with everyone. And as Catholic educators, we are like Jesus, or we want to be like Jesus. We're servants to our students. We want to help nurture and educate them. We want them to be the best versions of themselves that they can be, and being their own people. And at times, we need to find ways to be creative and meet the needs of all students, just like Jesus did when he was doing his teachings. We need to be good listeners and really listen to their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs that they may have. And we want to assist them in being lifelong learners to grow in their Catholic faith and in their relationship with God. As teachers, we are called to love and serve. In education, Jesus models for us how to be that kind of teacher who really cares for all of his students.